Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our Ism project. For this project, we built 4 isms: Puritanism, deism, transcendentalism, and naturalism, all within a Minecraft world, in order to represent how the environment impacted each ism. Enjoy!
Puritanism is the root of the American identity, and although we have progressed much since these times, it's important to reflect on what we once were. When colonists first arrived in America, they found a hostile environment awaiting them. In order to survive, documents such as the Mayflower Compact were signed out of necessity, and communal living soon became the norm. In order to ensure that everyone was dedicated and working hard, civil liberties were sacrificed, replaced instead by a society that critiques itself. Religion became a core tenet of Puritanism, as living such a harsh life can create a need for validation, which is why many Puritans worked hard to show that they were indeed predestined to heaven. Such a work-driven society didn't have time for philosophy or entertainment, besides religion, which is why most works from this time period are religious-oriented.
Deism is a fascinating ism, as it is in constant conflict between the emergence of individuality and the necessity of society to survive. The first thing that should capture your attention when entering this area is the massive port and docked ship. This symbolizes that the deist thinkers focused on rationality and wanted to stay connected to the world's advancements. Furthermore, there is a massive library in this port town, which symbolizes the constant search for knowledge that led the deists in their daily lives. As the colonies were populated, deists had the ability to expand past the primitive Puritan communal living and truly experience the advantages of society. New advancements allowed them to efficiently communicate and share ideas throughout North America and beyond, and they were able to channel this individualism into an efficient governmental structure. Although you can clearly see the church in the center of the town, it is dwarfed by the town hall that hosts the humble beginnings of American democracy. Because deists valued individual rights and logic, it is easy to see why they eventually joined forces against the British Empire, as aristocracy is against all the principles that deists stand for.
Transcendentalism reflects the next biggest change in American society. While the deists walked a fine line between individualism and cooperation, transcendentalists believed that society was nothing more than a tool to enforce conformity. Famous transcendentalists like Henry David Thoreau and Ralph Waldo Emerson rejected society and found peace and harmony in the confines of nature. During this time period, America was in a great stage of expansionism, and manifest destiny was all but guaranteed to the common man. Land and nature were abundant, and this allowed transcendentalists to carve out their own slice of tranquility, such as this small cabin in the clearing. With nature as their refuge, transcendentalists lived simply and embraced their individuality, discarding all remnants of society that could potentially hold them back.
In naturalism, we wanted to capture the vast contrasts during this time period. Robber barons redefined wealth in American society and drove lavish entertainment and lifestyles, while the masses became laborers in automated factories in large cities. The massive bridge that you all just saw represents the gap between two very separate American societies, the haves and have-nots, that are forced to intertwine. Furthermore, the First World War reaffirmed the saying, "The rich make wars, the poor fight them," and a majority of the male workforce soon was drafted to fight on foreign soil. We decided to show the vast societal differences by portraying a New York street in conjunction with the typical World War I trench to show the diversity in lifestyles. This new, modern way of life led to a new belief of a harsh life in which there is no American dream. When men are dying all around you, it's hard to see yourself as anything more than just a cog in the machine. And this is something that naturalists struggled with greatly.